You're listening to an encore presentation of Life Talk with Wade Sorochan. Highlights of previous shows featuring special guests and open line discussions. Since this is a pre-recorded presentation, please do not call. And now, Life Talk with Wade Sorochan on AM 930, The Light.
Back by popular demand, one of the most popular guests we've had on this program in the year and a half that we've been broadcasting, Dr. Miles H. Bader, affectionately known as the Buggy Professor, has been actively producing best-selling books for over 18 years. His books are renowned, recognized around the world as top authoritative reference books in the cooking, wellness, and all-natural pest control areas. His books on bugs, food, cooking, and wellness have sold over 2 million copies. He's appeared on many television shows, including The Oprah Winfrey Show, NBC, HGTV, Help at Home, The Discovery Channel, The Food Channel, and others. He studied extensively in the field of zoology before receiving his doctoral degree from Loma Linda University in preventative care, and just recently launched his books now online as ebooks. And he has a new website. And we'll get to that in just a moment, but it's my pleasure to welcome back to the program Dr. Miles Bader. Dr. Bader, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much, Wade.
It's nice to talk with you again. Last time we talked, you said you were retiring, and I thought I would never hear from you again.
Well, I thought I was. The price of books, printing books, sort of got out of hand. So
yeah,
the cost of paper and poor trees and everything else, so we were giving it up.
Well, this is a real trend now for a lot of authors going towards ebooks. Do you foresee that eventually everything will be cheaper and to get online?
Well, I'll tell you, it'll either be online or through Kindle. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm 73.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when somebody mentions what they're doing now, I mean, we went into it, and it's really working out great.
Well, I know the newspaper industry is suffering right now, and there's word that, we've already seen some big newspapers really either cutting back or shutting down, and so, this is the trend. So when has the website, is it launched as of today?
As of this morning.
As of this morning. All right. Well, we'll let people know all about that. But first, let's talk about some of the success of the books. Now, I noticed with the e-books, the one book I'm looking at now, All Natural Solutions to Bugs and Critters, one I really want to focus on now because,
Sure.
We're into the spring and almost summer, and it's very dry here, and there's a lot of critters out there. Now, is this akin to the Club the Bugs and Scare the Critters?
Yeah, they're the same book. When I'm on QVC, it has a different title. When I'm on Infomercial, it has a different title. The different companies want their own title, even though the content of the book is the same. However, I should mention, there's a brand new edition came out this morning, and it's only on ebooks, 2009 color illustrated edition. Couldn't afford color illustrations until ebooks.
Well, isn't that something? I love the illustrations. I've looked at some of that. They're very cute.
Well, it's amazing. Wait till you see the on ebooks.
Yeah. Well, the book is, if they're flying, crawling, burrowing, or sneaking in, this book has the solution. It'll provide the method of eliminating almost any insect or critter problem naturally. And that's the key. A lot of jurisdictions are actually banning any kind of pesticides. So people are looking for alternatives, and they're phoning my program and saying, "Wait, can you help us out? What's good?" And so I'm glad I have an expert like you. So let's get right into it, because I look at the table of contents, and the first one in chapter 1 is ants, and that's where I want to start because it's so dry here. We have an ant problem, and you cover everything here. You got from general information to Argentine ants, carpenter ants, field ants, fire ants, harvester ants, pavement ants, white-footed ants. You cover relatives. Yeah, you cover everything from Aunt Mildred to Adam Ant, who had a big hit called Goody Two Shoes back in the 70s.
Picking on Adam.
So let's talk about ants. And I know last time we were on, I believe you said it was diatomaceous earth was a good product.
Well, yeah, you can just sprinkle that around in the corners, and that'll take care of any crawling insect. But just make sure it's food grade. Don't get the pool grade. The food grade is harmless to children and pets, but and you don't want to breathe the powder when you're laying it out.
Right.
But it's a natural substance. It's a mineralized soil that has sharp spicules in it, and it tends to get under their skin and cuticle, and it tends to kill the bug.
Okay, so is that the best product then to use? Or
Well, it depends.
Because I had people phoning and saying, well, use boiling water and all these other things.
Well, you can pour boiling water all over your house. No, that'll take care of the problem. But if you're outside now, if you have a problem outside of the house, you want to get rid of the fire ants or carpenter ants. what you want to do is make a bait. You make a bait out of wet cat food, a little boric acid, and grape jelly. They love grape jelly. And you mix this up, and you make little tiny balls, and you leave it out for the workers. And you can't use it around kids or pets, but it'll sure take care of the ant problem because it's a big treat, and the workers won't eat it. They'll bring it back to the queen as a present, and that kills off the queen.
So, okay, I'm looking in the book.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, you have 3.5 ounces of strawberry jam, or any sweet jam will do, you said, and then 1.5 tablespoons of wet canned cat food, and like, buy the cheap brand. Don't buy the expensive stuff. It's not worth. The ants aren't worth it. And then 1 teaspoon of boric acid, and you just mix that up.
Yeah, mix it up, make little tiny balls, and leave it out. It'll take care of crickets. It'll take care of the ants.
Now, what if your anthill is really, really large? What would you suggest? Because I had some move. We had callers phone in and say, they had ones this one lady phoned in, says one was like 3 or 4 feet high and it was so many feet wide. It's like, yeah,
where
maybe.
Was she living? Africa?
No, it's in Alberta. And it's like, oh my goodness, maybe the best advice is
Sounds
to
like
move.
A termite mound.
Yeah. So
they'll go to that height. I mean, but I've only seen them in Africa.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Let's say it's not that extreme, but it is out of control. You feel like you can't control this anthill anymore. What would be your advice?
An anthill like that? Well, it gives you a lot of different things to do. It tells you how to. I'm trying to remember now. With the big anthills, of course, the boiling water will work real good.
But it will kill your grass, though, right?
That's a monster. That won't kill the grass. That won't hurt it because but it'll get down in there real easy.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to poke holes in there, and you can use a fire extinguisher and put it on a straw. Make a long straw, put it in the nest, and blow carbon dioxide in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that'll take care of it from a fire extinguisher, little hand fire extinguisher you can buy in the supermarket.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also...
You can do that with bees, too.
Oh, that'll work for bees.
Well, if you go out at night, you want to get the bees while they're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And don't use a white light. You want to use a red light or a piece of cellophane over the lens. And then you use the fire extinguisher, carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, and spray the nest, and that'll kill them.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm also looking here. It says getting rid of anthills. You have this 1/4 cup of liquid hand soap and 1 gallon of cool tap water.
Yeah, they don't like soap. Soap will kill most insects. So that takes care of the problem pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously, we're talking about stuff that is fairly. It's not harmful to the environment, and for the most part, not harmful to people or pets. But you still have to have some sort of caution when it's a fine dust. Correct?
Yeah. Well, it depends on the product. I mean, you like diatomaceous earth. You don't wear a mask. You should wear a mask if you're going to sprinkle it around because you're going to have dust.
Yeah.
Once it settles, it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about caterpillars? What's the best thing to do if someone has a caterpillar problem?
Well, here again, caterpillars are a real problem. It depends on the plant and the type of caterpillar. We go over this in the book, and we talk about every type imaginable. I like the diatomaceous earth again. I tend to use that with a lot of things.
Wow. That's like a miracle product.
Well, it works really well, and it is natural. And the caterpillars, it'll kill them off right away.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an easy it's just an easy way to kill them off. But for the most part, caterpillars, it depends on the plant they're on and the type of caterpillar. You've got to go into the book, basically, and look in the book and look at the type of problem you're having, and then determine what you're going to do.
Right.
We use pheromones on caterpillars to trap them. There's a lot of things you can do for that.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking with Dr. Miles Bader. I want to open up the phone lines here because every time I have you on, like a few weeks later, people say, what did you say about this? Or what was the solution to that? Or whatever. So here's your golden opportunity to get an answer to that question. It's Dr. Miles Bader, the Buggy Professor, author of books on bugs, food, cooking, and wellness, and now just launched his e-books today. If you have a question, maybe you have a bug that's bugging you, 780-430-9300 locally. Long distance, it is a toll-free call at 1-877-827-2346. Or if you want to share a remedy that you've used and it's worked, chances are Dr. Bader knows about it, but you never know. There's you've done a lot of research on all this stuff. You've heard a lot of stuff over your years, Dr. Bader, but maybe there's that one thing out there that possibly you haven't heard yet.
It's very possible.
Okay. Well,
however, I'm old.
All right. Right now we have Faye on the line. Hi, Faye. Hi there.
How are you doing?
Hey, doing great. Say hi to Dr. Bader.
Hi. I have this tendency to want to call you Doris, but anyway,
Who?
I won't.
Who?
Darth Vader?
Oh, No, it's Bader.
It's Vader.
Yeah, that was Darth Vader. This is Dr. Bader.
I thought that's what it was, and I'm so pleased that you have ebooks now because your books are impossible to find.
Yeah, I know they are. Well, Canada, they've always been hard to get in Canada. Now I've got 7 of my books on the ebooks.
That is wonderful. Anyway, I don't have a bug problem, but what I do have is I want to get some chickens, and I have protected myself from hawks and everything up above, but the neighbors said that the problem around here with having chickens are weasels. And I don't know what to do about weasels besides sitting out there with a shotgun or something.
Well, that's one solution, but maybe there's others. Any idea, Doctor, about weasels? I mean, I'm noticing in your book, Miscellaneous Animals, you got opossums, rabbits, raccoons, skunks, snakes.
Well, there's any number of ways to get rid of weasels. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think of the easiest way. The easiest way is with an oil of peppermint. It's similar to rodents, actually. Get some oil of peppermint and put it in a spray bottle with water and spray the area they're frequenting. That'll get rid of them. The other way to get rid of them.
Sorry, Faye, go ahead.
If I sprayed around the chicken fence?
Yeah, if you spray that around, the oil of peppermint will work really well. Okay. The other way to get rid of deer, small animals, is to check with your garden supply or nursery and see if they have big cat manure. They're selling that now in the United States. I'm not sure about Canada.
It's called big cat manure?
Yeah, it's from lions and tigers. Don't go down to the zoo and collect it yourself.
Okay. No, not a good idea.
Unless you got a long-handled shovel.
They sold that.
Well, would elephant dung work? Because they sell elephant dung at our zoo here.
If you got elephants in Canada, that's fine.
Big cat manure, so I have to pay for this stuff, eh?
Well, unless you want to go get it yourself, Faye. But again, we don't recommend that.
Yeah, well, if you got a really long-handled shovel, you're all right.
Well, I can go looking outside, I guess, for some big cat manure. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, anything that'll work. Ammonia and water works really good, too. They don't like the smell of ammonia.
Oh.
They don't like the human voice. And if you take a little transistor radio and put it on low, leave it out there with hard rock music or something where you can't hear it, it'll keep all the little animals away.
Or just go out and yell at them every little while.
Are you serious about the music?
Oh, yes. They don't like hard rock. Don't put your station on. They'll sit and listen.
Way.
Wow. I didn't know that.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay,
obviously, they weren't a fan of the Beatles.
Well, I don't know. It depends on the weasel.
It depends on the weasel. Faye, thanks for the call. Good luck with that.
Bye.
All right. In the book, All Natural Solutions to Bugs and Critters, talk about some tree pests, because right now, the apple trees are blooming, and we're hoping for good apple trees. But what can we do if there's pests on our apple trees?
Well, we remember every single one of these.
You give us a ballpark.
I'm trying.
Just go with cat manure, large cat manure. Maybe that's good for everything.
I'm trying to remember. Well, now, first of all, with apple trees, you should really paint them. You want to whitewash the bottom of them. And the book also gives you formulas to whitewash and to use on the base of the tree so they don't get up the tree. What you want to do is stop them from getting up the tree.
Yeah.
And that's really what you want to do to start out with.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a chart here in the book. I just can't remember every single thing.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, there's so much information in the books. I mean, it's incredible, I
mean, I'm trying to remember apple trees, but for the life of me, I can't remember.
That's okay. I mean, you cover apple trees, cherry trees, elm trees. I mean, here in Alberta, we're limited, obviously, to some of the trees that we grow here. But let's get back to the phone lines. We have Barb from Drayton Valley. Hello, Barb.
Hello there.
Hi, Barb.
I was wondering, I have some ants up in my insulation in the roof of my house. And I was wondering
what?
Ants up in the insulation in the attic?
Actually, in my porch, I had a leaking roof.
Okay,
and so like I had 4 colonies. I've ripped out the whole ceiling and stuff, but I'm wondering what to do to keep them out of there.
You're going to have to bait them. You're going to have to use the bait I mentioned earlier and put it out for them.
Is that the cat food and jam?
Yeah, the cat food, the boric acid and grape jelly, because you're not going to be able to get in there to do much.
Okay.
Since you can't find the nest.
Oh, I found it in the insulation. I threw them in. I used the vacuum cleaner and I threw the insulation in 2 bags and stuff. I pulled all the insulation out until I couldn't find any more. But I'm a little worried about them coming back in there.
So you found,
I would spray the area after you did that with a solution of Tabasco and water.
Tabasco and water, cool.
Believe it or not, that'll keep the cockroaches away and the ants.
Well, I have one for you that I don't know if you know about. Watkins Red Liniment, when you put it on a stove and you get it bubbling, it's toxic gas, and it will debug your house with flies and all kinds of stuff, and the woodwork will come out. Except for ants. Ants will crawl up into the next closest roof.
So Barb, you say just the fumes? Sort of.
Just the fumes are toxic. You only got about 3 seconds to get out of the place. You have to put them on a wood stove.
No, we're all natural. We don't want to kill the kids and the pets and the birds.
You have to do everything else that's breathing first.
Yeah, right. No, we'll go the natural route, but Barb,
okay. I'll tell you a natural route, a way to get kids off of your lawn if you got the boom boxes going, and they won't listen.
What?
Just have a dog and get a little scoop of their poop and put it on the lawn. Kids won't come within 50 feet of that.
It'll work the same way with elephant dung.
Yeah, that's right.
So you don't have to go to Africa.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, you get a lot of that in Canada.
Barb, thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
You even discuss that, Miles, not kids, but you talk about pets, neighbors, cats, and dogs. How to keep the cats out of your flower beds.
From digging up the flower bed, there's a real easy way. You use cayenne pepper. Sprinkle some cayenne pepper around. You won't have any animals in your flower bed or garden or vegetable bed.
And it's just cayenne pepper. That's all you need.
Just sprinkle some cayenne pepper around.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do. Once they get a whiff of that, they'll never come back to your garden. They'll remember your area and never come back.
Yeah. How about those pesky birds like blackbirds and crows and
good luck.
Man,
there's only one way.
What's that?
You got the owl doesn't work with the stationary head. They'll sit on it. You have to have an owl with a movable head. They have them out there. I have one. You got to have a bobblehead owl.
Okay.
The wind keeps moving the head.
Are you trying to tell me these birds are actually smart enough to know that that's not a real owl unless the head's moving?
Oh, they'll roost on it.
Oh. Okay, so
you need a bobblehead owl is what you need.
Yeah.
They have them on the internet, and some of the stores have them.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking with Dr. Miles Bader, the Buggy Professor. Your calls at 780-430-9300 or 1-877-827-2346. Doctor, are you familiar with these, when it comes to wasps, again, it's very dry here, and, ants and wasps are the big thing right now, that these phony nests that you just hang up, it's just a bag, and it fools the wasps into thinking there's a nest there, and they won't come into your yard?
Good luck with that one too.
It's called the wasp. It's called the Waspinator or something like that. And some people have
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, right. It's the latest movie. And a lot of people have them in the yard, but I've never heard from anyone to say that it actually works. That it's
I've never even heard of it.
No, you haven't.
There's an easy way to get rid of them. I mean, at night, if you know where the nest is, just use the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher and go out at night when they're sleeping and spray it on the nest and kill the nest. The other way, if they're out when you're barbecuing, you want to take a 2-liter soda bottle and put about 1 or 2 inches of real cola. Don't use diet. They don't like diet. Use real cola in the bottom.
Yeah.
And leave that out with the top off, and they will find that really fast.
Yeah.
They're attracted to it.
Yeah.
They'll go in the bottle, and they can't figure out how to get out.
Yeah, because wasps, they can't, they go up into the bottle, but they can't go down, right? They can't fly down.
Well, they go down, but they can't go straight up.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So that traps them in
takes care
there.
of the problem. Then you put the cap on and get rid of it.
Get rid of them. All right, let's talk to Penny. Hello, Penny.
Oh, hi, Wade.
Hi there. You have a problem that hopefully Dr. Bader can help you with?
Yeah. I just want to know how to keep, bunnies, like rabbits, away from my yard. They live there, sleep there, have their generation, dig, and I just don't know what to do.
All right, Doctor. What do you do about all those rabbits out there?
Under my deck.
Stew.
Rabbit stew. Hassenpfeffer under her deck. What could Penny do?
Well, the best thing to do under the deck really is there's a number. It's really easy, and I mentioned it earlier. Tabasco and water spray works good. They don't like hot pepper.
Spray?
Tabasco and water spray.
Any type of hot pepper. Any type of hot pepper spray. Put it in water. Tabasco, any one of those type of things. The hotter the better. Spray it under there, and it'll keep them away completely. Now, oil of peppermint sometimes works with rabbits. It depends on the rabbit. But oil of peppermint, you have to use it straight. You can't put it in a spray bottle with water. You have to use it on a cotton ball. Put 3 or 4 cotton balls with oil of peppermint under there. So either the hot pepper in water spray or the oil of peppermint.
Yeah. Right. And where do you say we can get this book, the book of your book?
Oh, it must be a relative.
It's the website, which is just launched today. It's baderbooks.com.
All one word.
Yeah.
Bader Books.
BADERBOOKS.com. All right, Penny?
Let's give it again.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it on the program again. Just listen to the radio. Thanks, Penny. Yes, it's baderbooks.com. BADERBOOKS.com.
Yes. If they go to the website today, they're in for a shock. The prices are wrong on there, but we're going to honor them.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, they put a low price on there, and we're going to be taking it off come tomorrow.
Well, so buy today.
Yeah, if you're there today, you're going to get the lowest price you'll ever see on my books in the world.
All right. Well, hold on the line, Doctor. We're coming back with you. Natalie, we have the solutions for you today, and we'll give you more information on how you can get these ebooks. It's Dr. Miles Bader, the Buggy Professor, and your calls here on Life Talk on AM 930 The Light.